everyone, how's it going? Today, let's take an in-depth look at the 2003 Dodge Viper SRT-10 Roadster. And today, I'm at Foreign Cars Italia in Charlotte, North Carolina. And this is going to be an in-depth tour of the Viper. We'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust clip, and go over the performance data, and show you a bunch of the features on the interior as well as exterior. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start it up, let it run. The exterior color is known as Viper Red, with a full black leather interior and suede accenting. Comes with a standard 6-speed manual gearbox, and to start it up, just insert the key, turn the power on, then hit the little red button to start. Amazing sound. Full power assisted steering, nice and tight, with a leather wrapped steering wheel with the cross stitch pattern up top, as well as down below. Side bolster and extensions. And like I said, all Vipers come standard with a 6-speed Tremec manual transmission. Short throw travel, nice and tight. Reverse is all the way over and up. Ball shifter with the Viper insignia, leather shift boot, all wrapped in an aluminum casing. You also have a stitch D brake, and we're going to cut on the headlamps, fog lamps, and the hazards. Automatic windows. And we're going to check out the exterior, shall we? But first, let's go ahead and put the top down. It's a stepwise process. Fold down the visors, open up the single clamp here, open up the trunk, then fold it back. It stores nice and flat, flush. Then when you close the trunk, it's all tied down. In 2003, Dodge engineers basically completely redesigned the Viper with over 100 different changes, including chassis, brakes, suspension, engine, tires, transmission, cockpit, electronics, as well as body paneling, while very successfully continuing Viper's traditional racing styling. Standard xenon projector beam headlamps, lower inset fog lamps, and a massive traditional crossbar grille for increased intake and ventilation. The menacing serpent cues continue with the hood slits coming up the front, as well as the massive bulge in the hood coming down to your lower air intake. It's an absolutely massive, prominent, wide front end that definitely demands attention. The engine was also bored and stroked to raise the Viper's displacement from 488 to 505 cubic inches for 2003. The wheels and tires on the Viper also scream performance. It has 18-inch by 10 inches wide forged aluminum alloy units in the front with the Viper medallion located in the center, mounted on 275/35 tires. The brakes consist of Brembos 4440s up front with dual opposing fixed calipers with 14-inch rotors. As for the rear wheels, they measure 19-inch by a massive 13 inches wide. The Brembo brakes are 4238 dual opposing fixed piston calipers with 14-inch rotors, mounted on 345/30 tires. The Viper also shedded around 100 pounds for 2003. 34 of those pounds was thanks to the use of a one-piece magnesium front of the dash. The cast magnesium panel provided lower torso energy management with no additional steel parts required, one of the industry first featured on the Viper. The hood and the front fenders were also redesigned, basically replacing the one-piece sheet-molded composite clamshell that was in the previous generation, now with a more conventional SMC hood and resin-injected molded fenders. The new resin-injected molded, as well as sheet-molded composite panels made up the windshield frame, cowl panel, rear quarter panels, front fender, door, hood, deck lid, and front and rear fascias. The overall length is around 175.6 inches with a height of 47.6 inches and a width of 75.2 inches, with a ground clearance of 5.1 inches and a total curb weight of around 3,380 pounds. The Serpent styling definitely tapers on to the rear with the newly restyled tail lamps and rear fascia with integrated diffuser. The side pipes are actually kept on this vehicle basically to not disturb that rear diffuser and keep more of a clean aerodynamic flow with the vehicle, especially with a lot of the flat panels located under it. It keeps a more, like I said, clean, seamless look and makes it more of a slipstream versus having anything breaking it up in the back. In order to pop the hood, the main release is right under this lip here. That pops the hood, and then you pull that little lever there to open up the rest of it. The Viper comes with an 8.3 liter, 505 cubic inch, 20 valve pushrod V10. Aluminum block and head to support fuel injection puts out around 500 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 525 foot-pounds of torque at 4,200 RPM. It is rear-wheel drive with fully independent short and long arm front and rear suspension. 0 to 60 time is around 4 seconds with a quarter-mile time of 12 seconds at 115 miles an hour. Top speed is a drag limited around 195 miles an hour. And with an 18.5-gallon fuel tank running on premium unleaded gas, the Viper achieves an EPA estimated miles per gallon rating of around 11 city, 20 highway. Amazing power plant. While the interior build quality of the Viper has improved from the previous generation, it's still a pretty basic no-frills vehicle designed for pure power and the sheer thrill of sport driving. Soft padded material lines the door panels, with aluminum and satin silver accenting going across the doors, as well as key interior bits. You have your power mirrors, power locks, and like you saw a second ago, the power windows are located in the center console. Fully manual, heavily bolstered seating, with the suede inserting, providing an amazing amount of support while providing a reasonable amount of comfort and padding. And the logo is embedded on the back of the seats. Unique door entry guards, logoed floor mats, aluminum pedals, as well as a manually tilting steering wheel with power pedal adjustment by that little toggle switch up under the wheel there. And let's go ahead and see how she sounds. It's an absolutely legendary sound. The video definitely can't do it justice. And just to walk you through putting the top back up in first person, I went ahead and filmed the passenger tour with the top down so you can get the different perspective. The top actually locks down in place, so you have to press that and unlock it first, and you can pretty much grab it with one hand and fold it forward. Go ahead and bring it down, tighten down the latch, close the trunk, and you're good to go. Go ahead and shut her up. Like I said, the interior of the Viper is pretty basic, with just your essentials being included, including your simple climate control, as well as a AM/FM radio with in-dash 6 CD changer. The Viper does not come equipped with side airbags, it's just the front two. Manually dimming rear view mirror with integrated reading lamps down below. Across here, you have your integrated gauge pack with your oil pressure, oil temperature, vehicle temperature, and your voltometer. Like I said, your simple to use climate control, temperature adjustment, your different zones, front defrost, and max AC. You have your rear defrost located here and AC activation. Power outlet. Lone cup holder in the center, and a modest center console for just minor storage, as well as a ladder and power outlet. The dash also has a nice use of padded trim going across. As we come across the back here, you'll see your rear mounted speakers and subwoofer. And of course your speedometer located off to the right, tachometer front and center, and your fuel readout. Little warning indicators. Simple and clean. So let's go ahead and shut her down. To release the key, just press this little button here and turn it. So let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle, shall we? Trunk is modest. With just enough room for the essentials. Fully carpeted with the logo. Same manual adjustments on the passenger seat that you find on the driver's. Modest locking glove box. Basic, raw, fantastic performance. Pure essential American. Massive V10, manual transmission and rear wheel drive with 500 horsepower. The Viper has a special character all its own that differs itself from many of the other high performance cars on the market. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at the 2003 Dodge Viper SRT-10. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where that came from. Take care everybody.